More than ever we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do the only way.
Yes, indeed. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique together. We are determined as a people to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and we must never stop on that quest to make things better for our children and children. I want to start off this morning by playing for you aspects of the most honorable Deacon Mitchell speech at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. You know, yesterday was National Heroes Day, and our beloved Prime Minister addressed those in attendance. I want to play for you aspects of that because I think the message was very powerful. And then we will discuss, then we will converse about a number of other things. So let me play for you aspects of that, first and foremost.
The students of Grenada who are here with us today, and the students of Grenada who are watching online. Welcome to the Kirani James Athletics Stadium. And I repeat, welcome to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. To our students, it may have taken 40 years, but that is the lesson for you. No matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how painful it is, no matter how others may try and push you or your ideas or your dreams underneath the carpet, if you persevere, if you persist, one day, your dreams, your reality, your success can come true. And so, as we stand here to commemorate the first ever National Heroes Day, this is a recognition of the bridge we need to create between the past and the future. We could have chosen any other day to make it National Heroes Day. So the question is, why the 19th of October? Or the question is, why not the 19th of October? Who are our heroes? What makes someone a hero? If not the ultimate sacrifice of your life for the people you serve, the people you love, and the country that you represent. So I stand here to thank the people of Grenada for giving me and this government the opportunity to recognize that there is no more fitting day than the 19th of October to recognize our national heroes. And it is all of our national heroes, whether we may publicly acknowledge, celebrate, and hail them, because there are many, many unsung heroes who every day, in the words of the song made popular by Gramps Morgan, who every day give a little more than they take, who every day fix a little more than they break. And so we recognize that many of our young people, and I say young here in the context of people who are born after 1983, may not appreciate the significance of the dark and difficult day of 19th October 1983. And so as we begin to reflect on our upcoming 50th anniversary of independence from British colonial rule, what more fitting day than 19th October to commemorate to reflect upon, to rekindle, to rebuild, and to restore hope, so that we go into the next 50 years of our independence, that we go forward as a gentler, kinder, more tolerant, more inclusive, more united country. And so we recognize that we cannot run from our history. We cannot hide our history, no matter how painful it is, no matter how dark it may have been. That it is our history. And in the words of our national anthem, as difficult as it is, we need to be proud of it. And so if we are proud of our history, even the darkest days of our history, we need to make sure that we recognize our history, that we pay tribute and honor those who have made that history, so that on as difficult a day as October 19 is, that we remember the lessons of that day, and that we ensure that our students who are here with us, and all our students throughout the length and breadth of Petite Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada, that they themselves should never ever have to experience a day such as the 19th of October 1983 again. And so we shall remember this day so that we do not repeat the mistake of 19th October 1983. We remember this day so that we can lay the foundation for beginning to, as a nation, nationally recognize, celebrate, appreciate, and be proud of our national heroes. Be proud of the Grenadian people who produced our national heroes. And so, do not thank me. Do not thank the government. Do not thank the cabinet. But thank you, the beautiful, resilient, proud people of Grenada. Today marks the first step in our journey to recognize and celebrate our national heroes. And if there's one lesson that we ought to learn from the 19th of October, 1983, is that we make decisions with the people, for the people, and by the people. And so we have not named any national hero, because that is a decision for the people, to be discussed with the people, and to get consensus by the people. And so we shall use the next several weeks and months to discuss and consult with you the criteria for naming our national heroes, the process by which we determine who our national heroes are, and the manner in which we shall pay tribute to them. But every journey begins with the first step. And today merely marks the first step after a long journey by many of our unsung heroes who, despite how painful and unpopular it may have been, have constantly reminded the nation of Grenada of the need to recognize the most tragic and dark day in our post-colonial history. And so, to Dr. Marichaud and the several others who have tirelessly, year after year, when many others perhaps would have criticized you or would have given up, you stood the test of time. And so today truly belongs to people like you, Dr. Marichaud, to the families of the victims, of all of the persons who suffered hurt in one way or the other on 19th October 1983. To the ex-members of the People's Revolutionary Army who are here with us this morning, today is for you. And so I say to all of us as Grenadians, let us leave the Kirani James Athletics Stadium more committed, more resolute, to follow the example of our late great Maurice Bishop, to give a little more than you get, and to fix a little more than you break, and to lay the foundation so that our school children who are here and who are listening can come back 50 years from now and recognize your heroic efforts to continue building Grenada in the spirit of our foregone national heroes. Thank you, everyone. And let us go forth united in love.
Yes, so that was the most honorable Deacon Mitchell, our beloved Prime Minister, addressing the gathering at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. And boy, oh boy, that was a very inspirational message coming from him. Let us build this country. Let us unite this country. Let us forge ahead with that goal of making this place way better than we met it. And I think that should be all of us, ambition, goal, mindset. We want good for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And our beloved Prime Minister is a very good orator. When he speaks, you have to listen. You must listen. You will learn a lot. And I want to say to those who are arguing about the day, I hope you can find some common ground through education to understand that our history will not be all rosy, nice, and dandy. In fact, Grenadians are very stubborn. as a people. If you check from the 50s, the 40s, all the way up, we have led many, 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 many things in this region. So we are not all uh, totally calm, accepting everything. We could be somewhat rebellious at times. We could be tough at times. So, not because you do not like something, it means that other people should not. And I love the fact that he acknowledged Dr. Maricho because he has been clamoring with a number of others for that day to be named or made a public holiday. And look, we will celebrate on the 25th again, Thanksgiving Day, because we are grateful to the Americans for coming and intervene and rescue a lot of our people and save a lot of our people. So we have gone past National Heroes Day. Those who were clamoring for that day to be made a holiday and recognized, well, you got that. Now it's time for the folks who look forward to Thanksgiving Day when the Americans came and they came and saved a lot of people and rescued a lot of people. All right? And we are grateful to them for doing that because we don't know what could have happened if they didn't come and intervene at that particular time. So now it's time for us to move to Thanksgiving Day. So those who hold that day as a very significant one, we celebrate with you. And that is the spirit. We have to be able to sit at the table with an open mind. We have to be able to compromise too. We have to be able to reach across the aisle, not because you don't like something, it means that everybody in the room should follow suit and not like that thing too. We have to have a broader understanding and dialogue to forge ahead. If we have to build, we have to have understanding and dialogue and common ground. We're going to disagree on certain things. But at the end of the day, we need to understand the bigger picture. It's country before party. It is country before party. We want Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique to be better. We want your standard of living to be way better than it is at this point in time. That is why I support this government when they say they will adjust the minimum wage. Because I know if you adjust the minimum wage, it will positively impact the people who are working for very little. That is why I support this government when they speak about the WASH program, when they launched the WASH program, providing indoor bathroom facility, toilet and bathroom facility for our people, indoor running water for our people. Because I know when they do that, they lift our people out of poverty and out of the condition that they now exist in or live in. That is why I support this government when they speak about and when they launched the JUMP program, providing internet service, internet access to people, to households without. Yes, they have to pay a little $20 every month, but they will get a device with it, a tablet computer, right? Or a laptop computer. They will get a device that they can go on the internet, they can connect with the rest of the world. Not only that, they will also get education, literacy. They will become literate in computer, ICT, information communication technology, and being able to use that device. That is why I support this government when they started or initiated or launched the free tuition policy, the free tuition support for young people attending T. Marisha Community College and Nulo. Parents are able to save $810 every year. Every year. And remember, students, they will be attending TAMCC for 2 years and in some cases 3 years, and in Nulo for a period of time. So that's a major, major savings or saving on the part of parents. They know how it feels to find $810 every year to send the child to school. That is why I support this government when they gave public officers 13% increase over a 3-year period. 13%. We didn't see any demonstration. We didn't see any picketing. We didn't see any protest. We didn't see any confrontation. It was amicable. It was smooth. It was peaceful. And not only did they get 13% increase, they also received fringe benefits. And the list is long. I would not even go into that. That is why I support this government. I support this government because they paid the public servants who are on the streets protesting, fighting for many, many years for their pension and their gratuity under the NNP. They did not receive it. They did not receive that money. But the NDC came and paid $75.1 million in pension and gratuity. And public officers who retired, and they retired into poverty under the NNP. They now breathing a sigh of relief because every month, besides getting the lump sum, the retroactive payments, every month they're collecting their pension on time. On time. That is why I support this government, the NDC administration, because they're paying public officers their salary twice per month. So instead of giving them that salary at the end of the month, many a times they have to borrow money to make it to the end. They're getting their money in 2 parts, on the 15th and on the 30th. Sometimes they get it way before. That is why I support this government, the NDC administration. When they came into power, they understood very clearly that small businesses, medium-sized businesses were hurting from the pandemic, from the effects of the pandemic. They started a CES program where 500 plus Grenadians got assistance with their business to expand, to start, to keep going. $30,000 or up to $30,000 in grant. It's a big thing. They never had to pay that money back. That's a big thing, people. I support this NDC administration because they introduce Grenadian history in schools. I support this NDC administration because they did not import furniture for classrooms. They engage the furniture makers in Grenada, and gave them the job to make the furniture for the different schools. That is why I support the NDC administration. They're not just talking healthcare, but they're serious about healthcare and finding that, well, not just finding, but making sure that we have a teaching hospital, a climate-smart teaching hospital. They've already identified the lands. They have already signed an agreement with the landowner to get the land and to pay in 2 parts. So the land is already in our name. The climate-smart teaching hospital facility will happen under this administration, under the NDC administration. That is why I support the NDC administration, because they knew the struggles that we been through to save Camahan Park. And they did not just come and say, well, Camahan Park remains and you can continue to use that green space on Grandlands Beach. What they decided to do is to take that 5 acres of land adjacent to Camahan Park, alongside Camahan Park, and join it to say Camahan Park will be expanded, and we will call that park the National Heroes Park. We're going to expand it with 5 more acres of land. That's important. That would bring it to about 10 acres or more of land space, green space that we, the people, will have on Grandlands Beach. That is why I support the NDC government, the Deacon Mitchell-led administration, because he did not just say, well, the NNP administration give away the lands on Grandlands Beach where Radisson Hotel now sits to a particular individual. What the NDC decided to do is say, no, we want to make sure that these lands remain in the name of the people of Grenada. Because when Sir Eric Matthew Geary gave the developers the lands on Grandlands Beach, he leased the lands. You could say what you want about Sir Eric Matthew Geary, may his soul rest in peace. You could say what you want about him. He was smarter than Keith Mitchell and the NNP. Because what he did was lease the lands to the people, the developers on that beach. He never gave them title to it and sold it. No. That is why I support the NDC. They took back that land, and it's now in the name of the people of Grenada. That is why I support the NDC, because they did not leave the Kimtong Kiwana Bay resort as a white elephant unfinished. They decided they would engage the developer. Yes, the matter was before the International Court due to the NNP administration recklessness. But nevertheless, we have a good negotiator in the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. He was able to negotiate a deal that will go down in history to be a very good deal, because we know that the developer was actually suing Grenada for 111 million US. The legal fees would have topped 20 or 30 million US. The legal fees alone to fight that case would have been more than 20 or 30 million US. And if you want to be conservative, it would be more, would have been more than Grenlec, what the government, what the NNP administration caused Grenadians to pay, taxpayers to pay. Over 15 million US just in legal fees alone. So the government, the NDC administration, was able to get that property and the lands, most importantly, because the lands were given to the developer in his name. So we were able to get back the lands and get that property. We can now sell that property to a developer and have the developer develop the property, but the lands remain in the hands of the people of Grenada. That is why I support the NDC administration. I support the NDC administration because they understand Grenada belongs to the people. And they are not just talking the talk, but they're walking the walk. The NDC understands that teachers are important to the development of this country. That is why they decided to give the teachers the money that the NNP took from their salaries close to Christmas of that particular year, 2018. They gave them back that $1.2 million. They gave them back the money. Yes, the court ruled thereafter that if you're in work, you shouldn't be paid. But it was the moral thing to do. It was the right thing to do. We then saw Intercall, it came back. Debates came back. Science fair came back. All extracurricular activities came back because of that gesture, because of that move. The reason why I support the NDC administration is because they did not leave the teachers and faculty of TAMCC or Lone College to be out there in the sun protesting, fighting, begging for money that was rightfully theirs, that the NNP refused to pay them. The NDC came into power and said, we will put an end to that protest, to that demonstration, to that fight for what is rightfully yours. They paid $22.5 million to the teachers and faculty of that institution. They got their money. NDC didn't come and say, well, look, NNP created that mess. We're not going to fix it. No. I want to say to you, the reason why I support the NDC administration, the Deacon-led administration, the Deacon Mitchell-led administration, is because they were able to renegotiate with the United Kingdom government. Because under the NNP, we lost 22 point something million pounds. We lost that money because NNP refused to utilize it. Grant aid, free money, quote unquote. Yes, taxpayers of the United Kingdom, they have to pay, but it's considered to be free money for us because we don't have to pay it back. They did not utilize it. We lost it. It was, again, because of the good negotiating skills of our beloved Prime Minister, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. We were able to get back the greater portion of that. In fact, we were able to get back almost 70 million EC. So I think it was about 80 million EC when you convert the pounds and so on. We were able to get back almost 70 million EC to do this water expansion project and so on. That's significant. I continue to say to you, the reason why I support the NDC administration, the Deacon Mitchell-led administration, is because only recently they were able to negotiate with Saudi Arabia, to get 100 million US in climate infrastructure project loans for climate infrastructure projects in Grenada, 100 million US. The Honorable Dennis Cornwall, MP for St. Patrick East, went, and he's also Minister of Finance, went to Saudi Arabia to sign that agreement, right? I want to commend the NDC administration. I want to applaud the NDC administration. They did not stop fixing roads in this country. They're doing it even better. They did not stop paying the poor relief assistance. They did not stop the debushing program. They did not stop the road maintenance program. They did not stop the geriatric caregivers program. They did not stop the Imani training program. They did not stop all these programs. I say to you, the reason why I support the NDC administration, they consider the people who are working within the creative industry as part of this developmental agenda. And as a result, 100% concession has been given to the people in the creative sector, the creative industry. Not only that, they're giving 100 people who are creatives, who are considered to be creatives, the opportunity to go to TAMCC and get a certificate and get a degree in that particular field, free of cost. A scholarship, 100 people. This is significant. Very, very important, folks. This is why I support the NDC administration, because they did not look at whether you're rich or whether you're poor. They say a tax amnesty will be given for all taxpayers, for all tax types. They did not just give it to the businesses. They gave it to all taxpayers. I get feedback from taxpayers who owed the government a lot of money in arrears and penalties. They were able to pay the principal amount. That is why I support the NDC administration. The NDC did not come into power and victimize people or send people home left, right, and center. No, the NNP wants you to believe that because that is what the NNP is accustomed to doing. The NNP administration under the rulership of the old cock, what they did was to send so many people home, but not the NDC administration. The NDC administration has kept people working, and I'm really, really proud of them. I want to say to you, the NDC understands that development is about people. That is why they invested in the nurses. Remember, the NNP took away money from the nurses. Don't forget that. The NNP administration took away their money and called them chicken thieves and claimed that they pilfering from the stock at the hospital. Don't forget that, Don't forget that. But the NDC came into power and gave them $500 every month in honorarium. Every month they get in $500 more. Lest you forget that. The NDC understands that development is about people. People-centered development. That is what we want. That is what we want to see in this country. The NDC continues to make some bold moves and take some really huge decisions. And that is what you need. That is exactly what you need in this country. So, folks, I am extremely proud of the NDC. I'm happy to be associated with the NDC because they mean well. And that's just a list of some of the things, right? Because I know under the NNP, what we saw was the Keith Mitchell-led administration giving taxpayers money to family members of Keith Mitchell with the call center in particular. So the Keith Mitchell-led administration gave taxpayers money to family members of Keith Mitchell, and at the time, he was prime minister. All right? And I am talking about millions of dollars. Approximately $22.5 million. Taxpayers' money to the family, to a company involving the family of Keith Mitchell. This call center company. The company bust thereafter. So when the company got the money, the company bust. And we got nothing in return. Nothing in return. Approximately $22.5 million. Just gone like that. Gone. Just like that. So when these people attack Andy Williams, a Grenadian, for approaching a bank as a businessman to get a legitimate loan, and he receiving that loan, and they have a problem with that, I ask them, did rat bite your memory out? Or is it that you have no conscience? You're so mendacious, you're so wicked that you want to attack the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and his administration. You want to attack Andy Williams for being honest, but for being open and approaching a bank for a loan that he has to repay. It's not that he got free money. Remember, I repeat, the Keith Mitchell-led administration, the government at the time, gave a call center company involving relative of Keith Mitchell, who was Prime Minister of Grenada. The company was located somewhere in St. Andrew, right? And Keith Mitchell himself said that the company or his family member who's involved in the company and so on, they would repay. The company going to repay the money, give back the money, and we're going to get how much percentage returns and so on the investment and, all this kind of stupidness. Tutu's the company boss. We did not get back a cent. So Grenada lost approximately $22.5 million in that bad investment under the Keith Mitchell-led administration with a company involving Keith Mitchell relative. Sometimes you have to sit and look at history. That is why NNP didn't want history to be taught in schools. Sometimes you got to reflect on where we came from and what transpired. So when they're talking about Andy Williams being able, as a Grenadian citizen, as a businessman at the time, to approach a bank and get a loan, tell them wheel and come again. Wheel and come again. And one day, I will detail for you, I will chronicle for you the amount of millions that we lost under the NNP administration, under the Keith Mitchell-led administration. I will refresh your memory. I will take time and refresh your memory because I believe that's the right thing to do. Because there are a lot of people who forget things very quickly. And there are some people who were not living, who were not born, may I add. They were not around at that particular time. All right? So that is something, again, that we need to consider. They were not around at that particular time. They were not born yet. For example, the March 1983, right? March 1983, a lot of Grenadians were not yet born. They were not around, right? So you're talking about 83. You have more than half of the population. It might even be 1/3, right? Or it might be 3/4 of the population were not yet born, were not on the face of the earth. So a lot of them don't know what transpired around that time. Our prime minister, our beloved prime minister, was just about 5 years old when that took place. So just think about it for a moment. So history is important, to look back from time to time, to reflect from time to time on where we came from, what transpired at that time. That's so important. So folks, I want to at this point tell you that my good friend here, let me see. All right. Funday here, the NDC South zone or South Zone family, right? The South Zone, meaning all of St. George, St. David, that's the South Zone of the NDC. They're having a fun day, Wednesday, October the 25th, Limes playing field, 2 p.m. They would have a bingo, $5,000 cash prize. Wow, plenty money, boy. There will be a bingo, $5,000 cash, and prizes, only $20 per ticket. Drinks will be on sale. Proceeds go towards community development, special activity, official lighting of the Limes playing field. So they would be officially lighting the Limes playing field on that day. So the Honorable Andy Williams, Honorable Ron Redhead, the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, the Honorable Claudette Joseph, and the others will be there at that activity. For more information, call 421-4014 or 457-5569. So please try your best and be there. I will be there at that activity. I will be there at that activity. So it's the South Zone. So all of St. George and St. David, they make up the South Zone, the 5 constituencies in St. George and St. David. That's the southern zone of the NDC. So they're encouraging you. I know a lot of games and eats and drinks and so on. So again, be a part of that. I want to urge you to be a part of that. Carriacou, dance the night away. Dance the night away. I think I will be there at that event. All right. Julie, Kathleen, Patsy, right? So all you Mount Pleasant people, Mount Pleasant and Grand Bay, NDC Village Group, they having cocktail sip and dance. 7 p.m. that Saturday, Saturday the 4th of November. We're dancing low at the Callaloo. All right, tickets $80, 80 EC. Call Patsy Emmons and call the team. All right, nice. Heroes Night Party, the Canal, St. David on the 24th of October. $20 to attend, $20 to go and shake your leg. The Canal has some real nice party, trust me. Yeah, that's not the point. Dress code, semi-formal, one shake a leg. Food and drinks will be on sale. Understand? The Canal, St. David, the Canal. Real good vibes, real good vibes. All right? Nice. Terry Forrest, I see you send me something. Let me look for it. Terry Forrest, I'm a good partner, my good Polly Wall. Terry, what's he? Right, so Terry Forrest, I see, boy, a good NDC friend is having an art exhibition and social. Local art, fashion, music. Let me see. Local art, fashion, music, and more. October the 20th. That's today. Yes. 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. All you going until the night. Aquarium rooftop. Food inclusive. Cocktail attire. Music by DJ Danny. Well, you know Danny does turn the place up. DJ Danny tickets available at gotofet.com, right? GoToFet. That's where you're getting the tickets. Art bar. So remember that. Art exhibition and social, local art, fashion, music, and more. Today, the 20th, from 6 p.m. until 12 a.m. Aquarium rooftop. Aquarium, aquarium down the Point Celine end. Aquarium restaurant rooftop. Food inclusive, cocktail attire, DJ Danny D go shake the place up. Good vibes. All right. And now let me move to my activity now. All right. Let me move to my activity now. Did I miss out anything that somebody tell me to get them a little throat for? NDC related. Let me look and see. All right. Anyways, so my activity now, I try to put them all the other activities in front. That's how I do it. So my activity, cheers to 50 years, the ultimate cocktail reception and entertainment. The main the main act on that night or entertainment will come from Solid the band as a main entertainment. Solid the band, and then you have Lyndon Langdon, the saxophonist, right? He will be performing. Two DJs, they're well known, big time DJs in Grenada. The most popular, Selector Beast and DJ Kareem. Then we'll have some more some more artists, some more performance and so on that night. Remember, we starting at 7 in the PM, 7 until 12. Well, they say 12 a.m. Well, 12 p.m. on the PM side. All right? Not the AM side. 12 in the midnight. That's when we're going to end. It will be a wonderful, wonderful event. All right? It's elegantly formal. It's a formal event. All right? Remember that. So all now you should be buying a nice fancy dandan for the event. Tickets will go on sale from tonight. From tonight online. Online. Tickets either today, tonight, or into the weekend. Tickets will go on sale on ridebuy.com. The Ollybuds as the Ollybud tickets. So you can buy tickets, the Ollybud tickets on ridebuy.com. So Junior George, you won't give me a hit up. I know you told me yesterday that the tickets will be there and will be available as of today. All right? I know you're a man who always live up to your word. So Junior, that's his platform. So tickets will be available on his platform from today or into the weekend. You will be able to get it on Ride, RYDEBUY.com. The physical tickets, the hard copy, the hard tickets, I will attempt to get it done between today and for the latest Wednesday next week. All right. So I already have the soft copy of the ticket, just a matter of printing it. So I will get that done between today and Wednesday of next week. And it's limited. So remember, it's early bird tickets. So it's limited. 300 will be available. So 150 online and 150 from me. Hard copy. So I'll have 150 selling for $200 EC, 75 US, and I will have 150 online on that same platform as the early bird. After that, the price will go up after that. So just giving you all a heads up. All right. A lot of people who call me already and tell me that they want some early birds and so on. I know. So you're going to kind of remind me when it comes closer. Once I have it, we're going to take it from there. All right. You can get it online. You can get it from me. And once you get it online, you're going to let me know. All right. I should get a notification, but still, let me know. All right. Nice. So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'll be back with you on Sunday, God's willing, starting from